Hey, it's Erin. Say hello to my little friends. The Achilles rupture splint. So, last Monday, I fully ruptured my Achilles. And after going to the doctor, it was determined that I would need surgery. Was lucky to get in on Wednesday. So today marks a week from surgery time. I'll go ahead and straighten this out a little bit. And I am on the road to getting back. After researching, this is a long and hard recovery. So a lot of people never make it back to 100%. I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on the ones who do. And I'm determined to get back to the level of performance as before. Now, a lot of times with injuries, people don't discuss the mental aspect of it, the mindset, what to focus on, how to overcome that setback, how to get back to actually trusting your body like you did before. What happened with my injury, I was warming up like I normally do, walking, jogging on the treadmill, went about a half a mile, and then I decided to do some dynamic step-ups, which is a type of plyometric. And usually I'll start pretty slow. And so the first set was pretty slow, and it was maybe the 7th or 8th rep. And I came down and pop. It just felt like I was struck by lightning. I don't really remember what happened after, but next thing I knew, I was sitting on the floor, holding my ankle, and where the Achilles was, there was nothing there. So there's like a hole. So I instantly felt sick. I knew that it was a problem. I was not in a lot of pain, but I was still unsure why it had happened. The only thing I can think is that the box was maybe a little bit higher than what I'm used to, and I've been pretty tired lately. I don't feel like I've been recovering as well. So I have a tendency to push beyond what I probably should, and that and all of the previous injuries I've had on that left side probably contributed to the problem. I, in the past, tore my soleus, which does connect to the Achilles. I had a grade 3 sprain in that ankle, and I currently have extensor tendonitis in that foot. So that side, my right side is like the stallion side. My left side it's just always been problems. So I'm sure some of you can identify with that. Now, today's video, I want to talk a little bit about nutritional changes when you have an injury, mindset, how to overcome a lot of these challenges, because the physical part, not saying that it's easy, but we just let the body do what it can do and we support it however we can. We get enough rest, but not enough is talked about when it comes to the mindset. I also want to talk about the channel, content moving forward, etc. I have a list here, so I'm not going to ramble too much. Now, let's talk about diet modifications if you're injured or if you're facing a period of inactivity. What I instantly did was increase my protein intake. Protein is the building block of all cells. It is going to help not only keep your metabolism up, but it's going to help you maintain muscle mass. It helps with satiety as well, and it can prevent you from overeating if you have a tendency to get bored and overeat. I have the opposite problem. Whenever I get hurt or I'm not working out, my appetite just tanks. So that being said, when you are faced with a period of inactivity, your overall NEAT or your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, times when you're moving around, you're not moving around as much. So we're gonna go ahead and decrease the caloric intake by about 10 to 15%. Macros are changing as well for me. I'm finding that I'm not moving around. I don't need as many carbs. So I'm gravitating towards more healthy fats while still keeping that caloric intake 10 to 15% less. So a lot of bone broth as well, because it's high in collagen. And with the collagen, making sure to take that vitamin C, because it can help your body synthesize that collagen and actually help it build more collagen. important to understand that as we age, we do lose quite a bit of collagen, and the collagen in the tendons, ligaments, fascia is very, very high. So we often think about the superficial aspects of collagen loss, but it's important to also think about the physiological impacts of collagen loss and try not to lose it, even though it's inevitable. Now, when it comes to mindset, I'm focusing on the things that I can control, the things I can do, and also changing physical goals. So the physical goals are single leg training. And the reason I'm only going to train one leg, obviously I can't train the hurt one, but by training one side, scientific research has shown that you're able to maintain more size on that injured side. So not saying I'm not worried about being asymmetrical, but at this point, I need to be as strong as I can on that strong side to be able to support the weaker side. And hopefully I'll maintain muscle as I'm doing that. Now, of course, the focus is going to shift to upper body. I'm also going to do more ab work because I can, something I can do, focusing on non-gym stuff. So picking up the violin, actually fiddle, I love it, but I haven't taken lessons in a long time. So I'm getting back to fiddle. I want to be proficient in Spanish, and I also have a recurve bow. So I have an iWalk, which I call my peg leg, and it allows me to use my upper body, and focusing on getting really good at shooting that bow and building my upper body. When it comes to competing, I'm not sure what my future is. You know, when I look at the ideal of what's on stage, I still think I'm probably somewhere in between bikini and figure. And so wanting to build upper body, I kind of miss training upper body more. So I think I'm going to go back to building, and especially because it's what I can do at this time. So I think it's important to focus on the things you can do, the things that maybe you've been putting off, and not focus on the things that you can't do yet. And make those big plans for the future, because you will recover. You're going to get back to normal. It's going to take some adjusting, but be patient and allow things to unfold. And, you know, going back to new hobbies, being grateful for things, having time to reflect and understand that when it comes to change is not going to happen when you're comfortable. And I'm a good point. I'm a good example for this, because I had been kind of pushing along, doing the same old, and I wasn't uncomfortable enough to want to change. And this definitely, I am out of my comfort zone, and that is an understatement. And I don't know if everything happens for a reason, but if you can turn something into a lesson, if you can gain something from a setback or an obstacle, then it's not time lost. So it's important to look at things that way. And if you're going through an injury right now, or if there's a time where you're not able to train, or you're not able to do the things you want to do, look at it as a push or a way to ignite that fire within and move you forward. I think a lot of times we look to the external for reasons we should or shouldn't do something, and we ignore our hearts. And I think in my case, I've been doing that for quite a while. So it'll be nice to get back to what I love to do and how I like to do it, and in that vein, being able to teach and help y'all. And so if there's anything that you want to see in particular on the channel, let me know. I intend to do more food. The cooking stuff doesn't do so well, but we'll keep trying, and especially because I'll be on the peg leg for a little while. So I think it's important to also look at people or things that inspire you. And I'll leave a link in the description. I was watching a documentary on Kobe Bryant, and he had the same injury. And for so many athletes, they tear the Achilles or they tear an ACL. That's it, game over. And I have to really respect someone who doesn't accept that. You know, for every population, you have this bell curve. And a lot of people, well, it's called normal for a reason, because most people fit in that category of normal, right there in that mean. And why can't you be the outlier? Why can't I be the outlier? It just takes a little extra effort, a little tweak in that mindset, and looking to other outliers to see what's possible. And he had a quote that really stuck with me. It said, "We don't rest in the middle, we rest at the end." And it just resonated. And he came back in 7 months and was able to finish out his career. And you know, really, really incredible seeing athletes go from absolute rock bottom to back to the top. And I know for me, this is not the first time I've been on crutches. I actually had a fracture in the navicular bone on my right foot, which was my jumping foot in college. So I had to redshirt in college. They did a titanium pin and a bone graft in it. And it took quite a long time for me to be able to jump off of that foot again, because in the high jump, you are exerting upwards of 800 pounds on that jump foot. So it's a lot, and it takes a lot to be able to trust your body again, but incrementally you get there. And, you know, I just remember being obviously a lot younger and crying my eyes out. You know, yes, it's awful. It's a setback. It's an obstacle, but it's not going to define you, and it's not going to stop you if you don't let it. So take the time you need, reset, reflect, look at opportunities, look at what other things you've been through in the past, and visualize where you want to go. Because if you have that plan in your mind and you have that strength of will, you will achieve it. I'm thinking it's Earl Nightingale, I believe, said that the strongest force in the universe is the human will. Nothing can stop it. And when you realize that you can become unstoppable. It's just we get distracted. You know, we focus on a lot of things. We focus on a lot of superficial things. And I'm here to tell you that if you have that time, get laser focused and really think about where you want to go. And the days will come and go, and before you know it, you'll be back to 100%, but you'll be a better person for it. So that's the update. I've got some videos that I have already recorded. I think I've got 2 of them coming up. So there'll be training videos, and then the rest will probably be cooking, talking videos, and then upper body training in the gym as soon as I can get cleared to train again. So let me know what you think. If you made it this far, I love you. I'm proud of you. Never give up. And when you fall down, you get back up. It doesn't matter how many times you fall, right? It's how many times you get back up. And when there's no quit in you, there's no limit in you. So thanks again, and I will see you soon. Bye.